Have you ever wondered why some of the most sincere people seem to live unnoticed? Why they are misunderstood, overlooked, or forced to walk alone while others chase fame, recognition, and success? If Allah truly loves His servants, then why would He hide them from the world? Most people assume that being chosen by Allah means living a life of constant blessings, respect, and admiration. But according to the great Sufi master Ibn Arabi, the opposite is often true. He teaches that Allah sometimes hides His closest servants, not because they are forgotten, but because they are being protected. Protected from pride before honor, protected from distraction before purpose, protected from a world that could damage the very heart Allah is preparing for something extraordinary. Think about the seed buried deep beneath the earth. To anyone looking from above, it appears as though nothing is happening. It is surrounded by darkness, hidden from every eye, and seemingly forgotten. Yet beneath the surface, Allah is quietly creating life. The deeper the roots grow, the stronger the tree will eventually become. In the same way, the hidden seasons of your life may be where Allah is doing His greatest work. Perhaps you've been asking yourself, why do I feel so alone? Why do people keep leaving? Why do doors keep closing just when I thought they would open? What if those moments are not signs that Allah has abandoned you? What if they are signs that He is protecting your heart, shaping your character, and preparing you for a purpose that cannot be rushed? In this video, we'll explore the profound wisdom of Ibn Arabi and uncover why Allah sometimes conceals His chosen servants from the eyes of the world. By the end, you may begin to see your loneliness, your waiting, and even your hardships in a completely different light. And you may realize that what you once thought was rejection was actually one of Allah's greatest acts of mercy. Allah protects His chosen through hiddenness. Being unseen is not abandonment. One of the greatest misconceptions is believing that Allah's chosen servants will always be recognized, celebrated, or admired by the world. But Ibn Arabi teaches that sometimes Allah hides His closest servants because visibility brings distractions, praise, envy, and pride before the soul is ready to carry them. Hiddenness is often a form of divine protection. While the world is busy chasing attention and recognition, Allah may be quietly protecting your heart from becoming attached to people's approval instead of His pleasure. Before He raises a servant publicly, He first strengthens them privately. Before He entrusts them with influence, He purifies their intentions in silence. If you feel overlooked or forgotten, it does not necessarily mean Allah has turned away from you. It may be that He is preparing you in ways no one else can see. What feels like delay could actually be protection, because Allah knows the perfect time to reveal what He has been building in secret. Sometimes being hidden is not a sign that you are behind. It is a sign that Allah is preserving you for a greater purpose. Loneliness is often preparation, not punishment. One of the hardest experiences on the spiritual path is feeling alone. Friends drift away, people stop understanding you, and it can seem as though Allah has removed everyone from your life. In those moments, it is easy to believe you are being punished. But Ibn Arabi teaches that loneliness is often not a punishment. It is preparation. Allah sometimes creates distance between His chosen servants and the noise of the world so their hearts can become closer to Him. Constant distractions, endless opinions, and the need for people's approval can drown out the quiet voice that guides the soul. In solitude, the heart begins to hear what it could never hear in a crowd. Many of Allah's greatest servants experienced seasons of isolation before they were entrusted with greater responsibilities. Those lonely moments were not empty. They were filled with unseen spiritual growth. Patience was being built, sincerity was being tested, and trust in Allah was becoming stronger than dependence on people. So if you are going through a season where you feel isolated or misunderstood, don't assume Allah has abandoned you. Perhaps He is removing distractions so you can discover a deeper relationship with Him. Sometimes the greatest spiritual transformations happen behind closed doors, where no one is watching except Allah. The loneliness you fear today may be the very place where Allah prepares you for the purpose He has written for your tomorrow. The world cannot recognize what Allah is building. We live in a world that measures success by what can be seen: wealth, popularity, influence, and status. The more attention someone receives, the more valuable they are considered. But Allah does not measure His servants by the standards of this world. He looks at the sincerity of the heart, the patience hidden behind hardship, and the faith that remains strong even when no one is watching. Ibn Arabi reminds us that the greatest transformation always begins in the unseen. Before Allah changes a person's circumstances, He changes their heart. Before He elevates them in front of people, He teaches them lessons in private that the world will never witness. This is why many of Allah's chosen servants appear ordinary to everyone around them. They may not have titles, fame, or recognition, yet Allah is shaping them into something far greater than the world can understand. This is also why being misunderstood is often part of the journey. People judge you based on your current situation, but Allah sees the person you are becoming. While others may overlook your efforts, question your path, or fail to recognize your value, Allah is quietly building qualities that cannot be gained through comfort alone. Patience through hardship, humility through hiddenness, wisdom through silence, and complete reliance upon Him. The world often celebrates quick success, but Allah prepares lasting character. And character cannot be built overnight. Every disappointment, every unanswered prayer, every closed door, and every season of waiting becomes another piece of the foundation Allah is laying beneath your life. Although you may not understand why your journey looks different from everyone else's, Allah's plan is never rushed, and His wisdom is never without purpose. So don't be discouraged if people fail to recognize your worth. The opinions of people cannot define what Allah has already written for you. What He is building within you today is far more valuable than the recognition you seek from the world. When the time is right, Allah will reveal the beauty of His work, not because you chased attention, but because He perfected you in the unseen first. Every trial removes another veil from the heart. One of the greatest questions people ask during difficult times is, why is Allah allowing this to happen to me? When hardship continues, prayers seem unanswered, and life feels heavier than ever, it is easy to believe that Allah has become distant. But Ibn Arabi offers a completely different perspective. He teaches that many of the trials sent to Allah's chosen servants are not meant to destroy them. They are meant to uncover who they truly are. According to Ibn Arabi, every human heart is covered by countless veils. These veils are created by attachment to the dunya, love of status, fear of losing comfort, dependence on people, pride, and the endless desires of the nafs. As long as these veils remain, the heart cannot fully perceive the closeness of Allah. This is why spiritual growth is rarely comfortable. Allah removes these veils one by one, and the process often feels painful because we naturally resist letting go of the things we have become attached to. Sometimes Allah allows a door to close because your heart was becoming too dependent on that opportunity. Sometimes He removes certain people from your life because your peace was beginning to depend on their presence instead of His. Sometimes He delays what you desperately want because He knows receiving it too soon could strengthen your ego more than your faith. What appears to be loss on the outside may actually be purification on the inside. This is why the lives of the prophets and the righteous were filled with immense trials. Their hardships were never signs of Allah's anger. On the contrary, they were signs of Allah's special care. Every test purified them, increased their reliance upon Him, and brought them closer to a level of certainty that comfort alone could never produce. Ibn Arabi reminds us that Allah does not simply remove difficulties from His chosen servants. He uses those very difficulties to transform them into people whose hearts belong to Him alone. The greatest danger is not suffering itself. It is allowing suffering to push us away from Allah. Every trial places us at a crossroads. We can either become bitter, questioning Allah's wisdom, or we can become better, allowing every hardship to soften our hearts and strengthen our trust in Him. Those who choose the second path discover that the pain they once wanted to escape became the very reason they found a deeper relationship with their Creator. So the next time life feels unbearably difficult, don't ask only, "Why is this happening to me?" Ask, "What veil is Allah removing from my heart?" Perhaps He is freeing you from pride. Perhaps He is teaching you patience. Perhaps He is breaking your dependence on people so that your dependence rests only upon Him. Because every sincere trial carries a hidden mercy, and every tear shed for the sake of Allah washes away another layer that separates the heart from its Lord. In the end, the greatest gift of hardship is not that life becomes easier. It is that your heart becomes closer to Allah than it has ever been before. Allah delays recognition until the heart needs nothing from people. One of the greatest desires of the human heart is to be seen, appreciated, and recognized. We naturally want our efforts to be noticed, our sacrifices to be valued, and our achievements to be acknowledged. When this recognition doesn't come, we often feel forgotten or wonder if our work has any meaning at all. But Ibn Arabi teaches that Allah sometimes withholds recognition from His chosen servants, not because they are unworthy, but because He is preparing them for something much greater than human applause. Recognition is one of the most subtle tests a person can face. While hardship tests our patience, success tests our sincerity. It is easy to worship Allah when no one knows your name, but what happens when people begin to praise you? What happens when your words influence others, when your reputation grows, or when admiration replaces criticism? If the heart is not firmly rooted in Allah, recognition can quietly become a new form of worship, where pleasing people slowly replaces pleasing the Creator. This is why Allah often allows His chosen servants to spend years in obscurity. They work without applause. They serve without being thanked. They remain faithful even when no one notices their sacrifices. During this hidden season, Allah is teaching them a priceless lesson. Your value does not come from the opinions of people. It comes from your relationship with Him. The longer a servant learns to act sincerely without expecting recognition, the more protected they become when recognition finally arrives. Ibn Arabi reminds us that the greatest spiritual danger is not failure. It is becoming attached to people's approval. The nafs loves to be admired. It enjoys compliments, attention, and influence. It slowly begins to seek validation through followers, praise, and status. What begins as a sincere intention can quietly transform into a desire to protect an image rather than protect the heart. That is why Allah sometimes delays success until the servant no longer needs it to feel valuable. Think about the fruit on a tree. If it is picked before it is fully ripe, it loses its sweetness. In the same way, if influence comes before humility, or if honor comes before sincerity, the soul may not be able to carry the weight of those blessings. Allah knows exactly when your heart is strong enough to receive what you have been asking for. His delays are never random. They are acts of perfect wisdom. He sees dangers that you cannot see and protects you from tests you may not yet be ready to face. This is also why many of Allah's greatest servants lived unknown lives for years before their names became known. Their hidden years were not wasted years. They were years of purification. Every unnoticed act of worship, every silent prayer in the night, every good deed done without recognition, and every moment of patience was shaping a heart that belonged to Allah alone. By the time honor reached them, their hearts were no longer hungry for it. So if you feel overlooked today, do not mistake silence for rejection. Allah may be teaching you one of the rarest qualities a believer can possess, to serve Him even when no one is watching. Because when your heart reaches the point where it seeks nothing from people and everything from Allah, you become truly free. And it is often at that very moment, when recognition no longer matters to you, that Allah decides the time has come to reveal what He has been preparing in secret all along. Hidden servants fight the greatest battles. When people think of strength, they often imagine someone who wins arguments, gains influence, or overcomes visible obstacles. But Ibn Arabi teaches that the greatest battles are rarely seen by the world. They take place within the heart. The strongest servants of Allah are not necessarily those who are famous or admired. They are those who silently fight their nafs every single day and refuse to let it lead them away from their Creator. The hidden servants of Allah carry burdens that few people ever notice. They battle pride when no one praises them. They battle envy when others succeed before them. They battle doubt when their prayers seem unanswered. They battle temptation when no one would know if they gave in. These are victories that earn no applause from people, yet they are witnessed by Allah alone. And in His sight, these unseen struggles may be greater than the achievements the world celebrates. Ibn Arabi reminds us that the real enemy is not outside of us. It is within us. The nafs constantly whispers that you deserve more recognition, more comfort, more control, and more attention. It tells you to compare yourself with others, to become impatient with Allah's timing, or to seek happiness through the temporary things of this world. Every time a believer resists those whispers and chooses trust over doubt, humility over pride, and obedience over desire, another battle is won. This is why Allah often keeps His chosen servants hidden. Their greatest mission is not to conquer the world, it is to conquer themselves. Before they can guide others, they must first learn to discipline their own hearts. Before they become an example to people, they must become sincere in private. The unseen victories of the soul are what prepare a person for the responsibilities that Allah may later place upon them. Never underestimate the value of your private struggles. Every tear shed during sincere dua, every temptation resisted for the sake of Allah, every act of worship performed when no one is watching, and every moment you choose faith over fear is known by your Lord. Even if the world never sees your battle, Allah does. And perhaps those hidden victories are the very reason He has chosen you. Because in the end, the greatest heroes are not those who conquer cities. They are those who conquer their own hearts. Allah reveals His chosen only when the time is perfect. One of the most difficult parts of the spiritual journey is waiting. We pray, we strive, we try to become better, yet nothing seems to change. We watch others achieve success while our own path appears quiet and hidden. In those moments, we begin to wonder if Allah has forgotten us or if our efforts have gone unnoticed. But Ibn Arabi teaches that Allah never reveals His chosen servants before their appointed time. What feels like delay is often the final stage of preparation. Everything Allah creates follows perfect timing. The sun does not rise before dawn, the seasons never arrive out of order, and a seed buried beneath the earth does not become a tree overnight. It remains hidden for a long time, growing roots that no one can see. From the outside, it appears lifeless, but beneath the surface, Allah is preparing it for the moment it will finally break through the soil. If it emerged too early, it would never survive. The hidden season is not separate from its growth. It is the very reason it becomes strong. The same is true for Allah's chosen servants. Before He gives them influence, He gives them humility. Before He gives them wisdom, He gives them trials. Before He opens doors that no one can close, He allows them to experience doors that repeatedly close. Every disappointment teaches patience. Every hardship builds resilience. Every lonely night strengthens trust in Allah. These hidden years are not empty years. They are years in which Allah is shaping a heart that can carry His blessings without becoming consumed by them. Ibn Arabi reminds us that one of the greatest signs of spiritual maturity is learning to trust Allah's timing more than your own desires. The nafs constantly demands immediate results. It wants answers today, success today, recognition today. But the soul understands that Allah sees what we cannot. He knows the opportunities that would harm us if they arrive too soon. And He knows the blessings that become far more beautiful because they were delayed. What we call waiting, Allah may call preparation. Perhaps the reason your prayers seem delayed is because Allah is still refining your character. Perhaps He is teaching you to seek Him instead of seeking status. Perhaps He is removing the last traces of pride from your heart so that when success finally comes, you will remain humble enough to remember who gave it to you. Allah never wastes a single moment of your waiting. Every day has a purpose, even when that purpose remains hidden from your eyes. There is also another profound wisdom in remaining hidden. If Allah were to reveal every one of His chosen servants too early, many of them would become distracted by praise, overwhelmed by expectations, or tested by fame before they had the strength to carry it. Out of His mercy, Allah protects them until their hearts are firmly anchored in Him alone. By the time He opens the doors that once seemed impossible, they no longer seek recognition. They seek only His pleasure. And that is precisely why they are ready. So if your life feels hidden, do not mistake silence for rejection. Your story is not behind schedule. It is unfolding according to the perfect wisdom of the One who created time itself. The world may not recognize what Allah is doing in your life today, but that does not make His work any less real. Continue to obey Him when no one is watching. Continue to trust Him when nothing makes sense. Continue to purify your heart even if no one notices your progress. Because when Allah decides that the time has come, no person can delay what He has written, and no force in creation can prevent His plan from unfolding. The same Lord who kept Yusuf, a.s., hidden before raising him to honor, and who prepared countless righteous servants in silence before making them a source of guidance, is fully capable of revealing His wisdom in your life at the exact moment it is needed. Remember this: Allah does not hide His chosen because they are insignificant. He hides them because they are precious. He protects them before He promotes them, purifies them before He elevates them, and prepares them in secret before revealing them to the world. So if you find yourself in a hidden season, do not lose hope. It may not be a sign that Allah has forgotten you. It may be the clearest sign that He is preparing you for a purpose far greater than you can imagine. Conclusion: as we come to the end of this journey, remember one powerful truth: Allah does not hide His chosen servants because they lack value. He hides them because they are too valuable to be revealed before the right time. Every season of loneliness, every closed door, every delay, and every unseen struggle may be part of a preparation that only Allah fully understands. Ibn Arabi reminds us that the greatest transformation happens in the unseen. While the world focuses on appearances, Allah is shaping hearts. While people chase recognition, Allah is building sincerity. And while others measure success by fame and status, Allah measures it by faith, patience, humility, and complete trust in Him. So if you are in a season where you feel unnoticed, don't lose hope. Continue to worship Allah with sincerity. Continue to trust His wisdom even when His plan doesn't make sense. The one who created time knows exactly when your moment should arrive, and when He opens a door for you, no one can close it. If this video helped you see your struggles from a new perspective, take a moment to leave a comment below and share which part touched your heart the most. Your story may encourage someone else who feels forgotten today. And if you enjoy videos exploring the timeless wisdom of Ibn Arabi, Islamic spirituality, and the journey of the soul, be sure to subscribe and turn on notifications so you don't miss future videos. May Allah purify our hearts, strengthen our faith, protect us from the traps of the nafs, and make us among those who seek His pleasure above the praise of this world. Ameen.